you're like me, you want to get an aftermarket exhaust system right when you get your car. We all know that the 10th Gen Civic is just too quiet in stock form. In my case, after losing about $5,000 on a C5 Corvette last fall, I had to wait a while to start modding my Civic. I got my SI in November, and about 3 long months of wanting an exhaust so badly, I had a pit in my stomach. I finally bought one. In this video, I'll be going over everything you need to know about the MAPerformance front pipe back street exhaust system. That's right, front pipe back, not cat back. The 5 categories will include city driving, highway driving, loudness, appearance, and fitment. Let's get to it. So what you guys just heard was a warm startup, and by warm I mean 92 degrees warm. But what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna demonstrate what the car sounds like at lower speeds, both inside and outside of the car. When it does get warm, you can hear that right there. You hear how it like burbles a little bit? Mm-hmm. It does sound good from outside of the car. I've heard it a couple times. You hear that? When I shift? I'll hang onto the gears and give you guys some deceleration from inside the cabin. It's pretty quiet. I think it sounds better from outside the cabin, so let's get some shots of that right now. Okay, so
fuck off. Don't put that in there.
So the first category, city driving, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10 because I think it sounds great, especially between like 1 and 2,000 RPM on deceleration. I love it. So I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Pretty simple. So we'll do some acceleration in the car. I'll probably shift at like 4,000 RPM. Second category is highway driving. I made this a different category because when you're driving on the highway, there is going to be a little bit of drone, and it's nothing crazy. It's not like the race version where there's no muffler. I mean, the muffler does a pretty good job at regulating the sound and making it linear, but it's still not perfect. Taking the price into consideration, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. But other than that, I mean, everything below 3,000 RPM is great. And then once you get up to like 4,000 RPM, it quiets down again. So I don't know the science behind it, why it does that, but my score for highway driving is 8 out of 10. Number 3, loudness. It is a huge improvement over stock. And since I knew that I would eventually be upgrading the downpipe, I thought it would be a bad idea to get the race version because then it would be raspy. For those noobs out there, the race exhaust systems just don't have mufflers. They're literally straight piped from the resonator back. I have a couple clips here for you, and I think the loudness for this system is perfect. 10 out of 10. Number 4, appearance. So this is something that took me a while to warm up to. Previously, you would only really see middle quad-tipped exhausts on a Corvette, and that was what I immediately thought when I first saw this system. I actually made a video back in December, shortly after I got the car, comparing some options for aftermarket exhaust systems, and I even said in that video that I wasn't crazy about the 4 tips. Oh, and there are 2 color options, blue or polished. So now, I love it, but it does bug me that they couldn't just do 3 tips. Personally, I think the AWE exhaust looks the best, with 3 tips, but I'm still happy with it. 9 out of 10. Number 5, the final category, fitment. This is the second category pertaining to this exhaust system that I find bothersome. If you look right here, it hangs at a very weird angle, and I can't seem to understand any strategic reason for this. It appears to be as simple as a design flaw. They absolutely could have extended the mid piping another inch or so, and then just shortened the pipe that goes out to the tips, and then the muffler would have a better fit, and it wouldn't have to be at an angle. It's hanging at a weird angle. These are just my thoughts. Obviously, I'm no expert. I didn't design this system. I don't know what the struggles were with designing this, but the problem I can see myself running into is when I lower the car soon, that bottom corner of the muffler might be hanging a little too low. And that could cause serious problems if it snags something while I'm driving, going over a bump. See what I'm saying? Maybe when I put my front pipe and down pipe on this week, I'll play around with it and see if I can get a better fit so it doesn't hang so low. The other small problem I have with the fitment is the rattling. Going over rough roads or just hitting small bumps, the pipes will rattle against the heat shields. And I'm not gonna knock off any points for that, but I still think you all should know that. Fitment, it's getting a 5 out of 10. So before I roll the bloopers, if we add up the 5 categories, we arrive at a total score of 8.4 out of 10. I've had a great time having this system on my car for the past 10,000 miles, but in about an hour, I'm gonna go outside and bolt on my MAPerformance catted downpipe and front pipe. So enjoy the rest of the video.
5?
Yeah, that's good. Just make sure you're not like slurping in the camera, because that picks up everything.
I can do nothing. I should have told me that before.
You just
I got
sounded
the
really Hispanic.
fucking lollipop.
You just sounded so Hispanic when you said that. Do you want to ride? We literally live in that building right there. How does it sound? How does it sound from the outside? I've only heard it like a couple times. Do you want to drive it real quick so I can hear it? Please? I want to be able to hear it, babe. Just drive it for me.
Why can't you just replay the video?
Because I want to hear it in person. It's different. Just drive it down the street and back, just like it is. What it
I
sounds
don't
like.
even have my driver's license on me.
You're just going down the street and back. If we get pulled over, be like, hey, I just put a maintenance part on. I'm trying to. That sounds good. That sounds really good. Oh, you can hear it from all the way over there too. Dude, that sounds good. Give it some gas. She's coasting. She loves to coast in neutral. And she gets mad at me when I tell her it's best to leave it in gear as long as you can. Oh yeah. Vivian likes it. Oh, she keeps putting it in neutral. I want to hear the deceleration. What did you say? Good job.
That's fun.
Good job.
I pushed the gas a little too fast, but I forgot how fun it is.
You did a good job. You were like doing something weird when you were shifting. You were like giving it throttle.
Yeah, so like I shifted and I was trying to find that sweet spot.
Oh.
When to hit the gas and I came in too quick.
Well, it has the rev hang on, so you don't have to like. Anyway, you did really good. I wanted you to leave it in gear like I did, like in, you know how like you leave it in second and you let it like engine brake, because that way you can hear the exhaust. Do you want to do it one more time? Dude, That sounds really good in person. She forgot or something. She has such a habit of just leaving it in neutral when she's coming up on a stop or a turn or something.